Hello, hello, hello. My name is Gabe Cymbalista with Cymbalistic Cynicism on the Indie Escape Network, and our guest today is Avaryana Rose. Say hello to everyone, Avariana.
Hi.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I am 20 years old, not able to legally drink yet. I'm from Florida. I have a massive passion for movies and writing, producing, directing, maybe hopefully in the future. And yeah, I love the arts and everything to do with it.
Nice. Now you are an actress, model, I would say influencer, I guess, and an anti-bullying activist.
Yes, that is me.
So where did you start? Please tell us a little bit about how you came to be here in this spotlight.
Of course. So I started out actually. I was a very, very, very introverted child. So all of like me being in the industry is kind of a surprise to everybody who knew me when I was younger.
Mhm.
I'm very, very introverted still to this day, but not as bad, obviously. Um, so I did all-star cheerleading, which obviously takes a lot of like performance and being not introverted. And then in the cheerleading world, there's this brand that's really popular. And one day, my mom, they were having a casting call near me. And so my mom's like, why don't we just go and just see what happens? Worst comes to worst that they, say no, but best situation, they say yes. And what could happen? So it turns out they definitely said yes. And they cast me, and I was in their magazine. And that was my first ever taste of the arts in general. I really did like it. I did modeling for a couple years after that, and from there, I got a little bit burnt out on modeling because it was a very kind of toxic community. You're judged very harshly,
Yeah.
and so from there, I shifted a little bit over to acting in 2020. I had a friend on a film set, and she was like, "Why don't you just come and be in an episode of this little, narrated horror short?" And I was like, "Okay." So I did, and I fell very deeply in love with acting.
Hmm.
And it's been great from there. I've just been pursuing acting. And unfortunately, I'm going to go back in time a little bit here. As soon as I started the modeling and stuff, and even a little bit before that, I became a really massive target for bullying. So I know, y'all might be able to see. It's above my head right now. I don't know where it's going to be for other people, but it's above my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
On the screen. Babes Against Bullying. And
yeah,
I'll bring up the little logo. Hold on a second.
yes.
Here we go. Yeah.
So what you see is Babes Against Bullying. That is my organization that I created to bring awareness to the bullying that happens every day for children, teens, adults, people of all sizes, ages, genders, races, or whatever,
Hmm.
like everybody. So it encompasses everybody who goes through bullying, whether you're in the industry or not. But I like to bring awareness to the bullying of people in the industry. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because not funny. Absolutely not. But there are people who have very, very successful and they still succumb to bullying. And
Absolutely.
there have even been some who took their life from it. So yeah, it's nobody's immune to it. Nobody is. So it's important to never stop speaking about it. As somebody who's been bullied on and off since he was 5, I get it. I very much get it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it happens to a lot more people than we think.
yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna bring in a few comments. This is our network head, Joe Ridgely. He wants to thank you for being on the network,
Oh, thank you. I'm
and
so
this
happy
is
to be here.
one of my co-hosts. Well, JW.
Hi.
And yeah, and I'll be bringing up comments and questions throughout the night. So there's going to be a lot of them. My friend Ken here says he was called a bully, but in his defense, the friends were bullied, so he took care of the bullies. I don't consider bullying the bullies true bullying. I
No,
feel
I
like that's like a
agree.
negative about negativity. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So Babes Against Bullying. So do you? Is it a nonprofit? What do you do with it? Do you have events? Do you speak up about it? Do you speak publicly? I know you have an Instagram page for it.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about how you promote and use the company.
Yeah, so I have my Instagram account, and then in the future, I'm hoping near future, I'm trying to build a little bit more before I do this.
Hmm.
Um, I really wanted to do a runway show or maybe a cartoon. I'm a little bit back and forth on which one I want to do. But if it's a runway show, I want to cast fully underprivileged and bullied children to be in it, to just be themselves and be beautiful and walk a runway for the first time in their lives and just have fun and hopefully introduce them to the world of, being in the industry, modeling, acting, and just bringing awareness, first and foremost, bringing awareness to people, because I feel like people just don't know that this kind of thing happens, because especially when your face is on screens everywhere and your face is all over social media, people really feel like it gives them the invitation slash opportunity to say mean, callous things to you because your face is already out there.
Yeah, people have no. There are people out there who have no shame, no conscience,
Yeah,
and it's the people who are proud of themselves and just have nothing to hide. Nothing to be guilty. Nothing to feel wrong for doing any wrongdoing for, and they are targeted. I know there, like for example, disability. I know there are many now Down syndrome. Models with Down syndrome who are proudly promoting themselves, and I'm sure some of them still deal with bullying, and I'm very proud of them. Um, yeah, that's one example. I know until recent years, overweight models, there was no such thing being promoted in magazines and online, and now it's a very common thing, which is very nice because, they're not being shamed for their weight, for, how they look,
right.
and it's a beautiful thing. Um, and so have you impacted do you have any stories about any lives you've impacted directly, or that you can say? You don't have to say any names, obviously, but any stories that are have connect that you felt, that you feel that you want to share, that have meant a lot to you regarding somebody maybe you've helped or impacted.
Yeah. I would go to runway shows a lot when I was, doing my modeling and things. And I would just get struck up in conversations with, the girls backstage. And
Mhm.
I would ask a lot of them hey, have you been bullied before? Like, has this happened to you? And I would say 90% of them unfortunately said yes. And so, I tell them about, oh, this is what I do. And everybody loves it. They're like, this is amazing. This is exactly what I feel like I needed when I was younger. I need somebody to tell other people that this is happening, because a lot of the people that I spoke to about bullying actually really say that they keep it inside. They don't tell people what's
Yeah.
going on with them. And that's a stigma that I really want to change.
And I think a lot of people do. It's For some people it's more difficult than others, I will say that.
Absolutely.
um have you ever I haven't watched all your films yet, but have you ever implemented any real life situations of yours into your character, or any have you used any experiences to help develop your character or influence how you brought upon the character?
Absolutely. I know there's probably professional people out there that are going to disagree with what I'm about to say, but I feel like every character I play does have a piece of me in it in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I've definitely used my experiences to shape a character, good and bad.
Yeah. Hold on, I got a comment from Ken. Bullies are generally jealous of the person they are bullying. Extremely insecure individuals. It's funny you say that, Ken, and I'll bring this up to Variana because I don't know, Avariana. I know you're young, but have you ever seen the movie Honora, the award-winning film from last year with Mikey Madison?
No, I haven't.
So there was a line by Mikey Madison as an aura where she says, "Jealousy is a disease, honey." Like she says it to one of her jealous colleagues. So jealousy is a disease because it creates anger and even hate and sometimes physical drama and confrontation because people are too insecure about themselves and they take it out on others, and it's a very real issue. So I'm very glad that you've started this company, and I hope it grows along with everything else you've started, including your company. Hold on, let me bring up the name, Babe Entertainment, which I just watched one of your films this afternoon that didn't have specifically that logo, but it was under Babe Entertainment. It was called Spirit. I'm forgetting the name again. What was it? Spirit Springs. Spirit Springs. And there's a lot of drama in that one. But it's funny. I have to ask because I don't know if you had anything to do with the writing, but it definitely. I don't know if you've ever seen Evil Dead or Friday the 13th, because I know you're in a few horror movies. Have you ever seen those or know of those?
Yeah, I know of those.
Because there was some Evil Dead nods and Friday the 13th nods in that movie. I don't know if you, and I don't want to say because I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I will bring up your makeup, like and this is just one of the images. Like there were points where you literally got veiny, and like the makeup job was like even more extreme, and you were covered in blood.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've ever seen the Evil Dead 2013, the spinoff, there's a girl named Jane Levy, an actress who was in that, and you gave very similar vibes to her possessed character. So
cool.
You should definitely check it out. It's very bloody, very gory. I don't know. I know I don't know how many graphic movies you watch.
I love it.
Okay, good. So definitely check out Evil Dead 2013. You'll see similarities between your character and Jane Levy's character, which was very cool. I'm actually going to bring up the trailer for it while we're here. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Let's bring it up. And also, one other thing, you sing too, because you sing in the movie, which is another thing I want to ask you. Do you sing professionally? Because you had a great voice in that film.
Spoiler alert. I'm a really good lip syncer.
Well, I thought it was your voice, so that's a letdown. But no, but still,
Sorry.
That was great. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's not like you're playing for the Super Bowl, so don't worry. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, I don't really sing professionally. A lot of the times I've noticed when I do sing, it's people expect me to have this high singing voice. It's really not. It's more like jazzy low, but I've never really sung before.
Really?
I don't know if it's something I could get into, because I'm this actress and model and stuff, but I'm really shy about my voice.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bring up the trailer, and then we're gonna reference the music video you sent me for that, which was cut from the movie. I believe you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You guys are rocking out. Hold on, here's the trailer for everyone.
We've been begging for this opportunity for so long, and now we have it.
I got some bad news, though.
No.
The venue canceled. I got you another gig in a different city, and you're headlining, and there's more pay, so... You guys enjoy your stay at that place I got y'all. You're gonna love it the next 2 nights.
Let's just go out there and show everybody who we are.
All right, that was it. That's the sound we've been looking for.
These waters are inhabited by spirits.
You don't really believe that, do you?
Sorry. Anyone who's ever seen Evil Dead is definitely going to get the references. Tell us a little bit about that project, and then I'll bring out the music video. But tell us a little bit about working on that project.
For sure. That was the first project that I'd ever had a hand in writing. So I was just, dabbling in writing just a little bit, doing that. So I'm quite proud of it. I think I did, for my first time, I did okay. But no, it was so much fun to just be in the makeup and like just going through all the motions of, the kill scenes and everything was so much fun. It was a blast, really. So funny story about that movie actually is that location that we filmed in is actually like an hour and a half away from like Tampa. I want to say it's called Homosassa Springs. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But caveat, there is absolutely no cell service there. So while we're filming this movie, we were all out there for 10 days straight, no cell service. And we actually had to talk to each other because we didn't have any phones. So we actually had
no.
I know. It was crazy. And so we got to know each other so well. And this cast and crew, we were just, gelled together like this. We were so close. I don't think I've ever laughed that much in my life. I've met, some of my really, really, really good friends on that shoot, and it was a blast. But all that a testament to say is I believe in, after that experience, like putting the phone down.
Yeah. I actually have to bring up a few comments. This one is, how does she look so beautiful and possessed at the same time? That's horror movies, but you can answer that if you want to, Avariana.
I think beautiful in that photo is subjective.
And this is my friend Doug Profrito. He works in a lot of films like yours. So hi, Gabe Avariana. Saying hi from New York. Heading back to PA. Great working with Gabe. Looking forward to working with Avariana one day. Yeah, Doug has helped a lot of young actresses get into roles, and he's actually worked with me on a film or two, and he's a great guy. This Greg says says hi, Ava.
Hi, George.
Our friend Raven says you should think about speaking to youth classes, perhaps using famous clips of bullying from movies can explain that they're still bullying behind the scenes too. Perhaps championing empathy at a young age can help curb eventual bullying as an older teen.
Yeah, no, I've definitely thought about that. I actually I don't share this very widely, but I do work with kids.
Oh, good.
Just like on the side passion project thing. So I do work with youth, and I do my best as, the coach that I am. I do my best to shape them as best as I can.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. As a Touretteer myself, I was asked to consult young Touretters about their disability, and I've helped a few people, which I'm great. It's actually benefited me because, what they say, karma comes back around, and
absolutely
it's benefited me on a very, very high level. Jerry says, hello friends, Bitter Souls was filmed by me. Greg Germano was an extra and wore our band's t-shirt in the film. Slapjaw, cool movie. Bitter Soul, nice. So we're going to bring up the trailer for Bitter Soul soon. Yeah, my network head says Avariana is very well versed for her young age. Kudos to her and her parents.
Thank you. I can't take credit for, the parents' part, but thank you.
Well, that's a modest thing. JW asks, do you have any improv training?
I do, actually. In high school, I did a couple improv classes and acting and stuff, and I've taken a bunch of acting classes about improv, comedic timing, all that kind of stuff. So I am trained. Nice.
And Bill Murray says, not the Bill Murray, but a Bill Murray says, I'm sure Ariana would be an amazing singer. Well, you'll be the judge. We're going to show her video in a minute or two, so you'll be the judge of that. Even though it's lip syncing, it still seems seamless from my perspective. Somebody asked from the trailer, is that Beast Boy? I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
I know what that means. So the beautiful man with long blonde hair holding the dog, in that scene is actually, his name's Greg Sipes. He's a beautiful, amazing human, so kind, so sweet. He actually played Beast Boy, voice acting.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
If you hear him talk, you'll connect the dots real quick. 'Cause his voice, he literally is Beast Boy. Like his voice is the same.
Nice. That's hilarious. Ederson said, "I love the movie." Joe Ridgely says the flick looks great.
Thank
Ken,
you.
Ken says awesome. Will Ramiro says nice. Bill Murray also has seen Spirit Spring, so he says it was great. Raven says it is very Evil Dead. So now, Avariana, you're going to have to watch Evil Dead, the 2013 one, because you'll see, like I said, you'll see the similarities. And John and Nadron says, wow, she writes, acts, and models, and stands up for people. I guess that's a rarity to do all those things and be successful at it. So, yeah.
I do my best.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me bring up that video of you singing with the band in the movie.
Singing.
Let's just say singing without. I'm just kidding. Hold on one second.
Sunset falls and you go blind. The breaking water, your fear of heights. You fell so far. Story of your life. You can't go on, but you don't want to die.
So I have to mention that there was one actress I realized that looked like they used some sort of ADR, or whatever it was called, because her mouth was out of sync in some of the acting scenes in the beginning, but like that I noticed. But your singing, or the lip syncing, as you said, seems seamless from what I can tell. So that shows good editing and good lip syncing. So yeah, but yeah, you guys seem to have a lot of fun on that production. You know, it's did you know anybody on production prior, or you were introduced as from being part of the film?
I'd say I knew a couple of people, but like most of the people that were in the band, so Tristan, Tyler, Charlie, Ashanti, I did not know them. So I was meeting them on set. And like I said, it was just like we got so close so fast because we were all staying in the same house, the house we filmed in. So we all just had like sleepovers every night. We'd like stay up till 4 a.m. talking because we just had so much fun.
You know, and it's interesting. I saw a scene with what was the girl's name? Ashanti. She had a scene where she was in a sense being bullied by her dad over the phone, which was one element of, but like how like he had no trust in her. He didn't see her potential. He just doubted her. And I've had that, so I was able to relate to her character. I've had people in my life who have doubted my potential and doubted my ability to work in the field that I'm now working in. So like that's a real issue, and I'm sure it's a trope in films, but it's a trope that never gets old because it's so relevant, especially with today's youth and every generation's youth. So yeah. Somebody, who is it? Bill Murray says, you're always giving back. Raven says, I applaud your work with kids.
Thank you.
And you said, I love to work with you, Doug. I love that you're multitasking. We men, we can't multitask. We screw up multiple things at once. My friend Lawrence says, Gabe Manis. That's his way of saying hi to me, I guess. Bill says word class lip syncing.
I do my best.
And Jakey Boy says that can pass as real singing, no sign of out of sync or wrong note form. Well, you've definitely done better than people like, well, a lot of professional singers who lip sync in their later ages. So, yeah. I think her name is pronounced Avariana. Am I saying it right? Is he correcting me? Do I have to correct how I pronounce your name?
You're so close. It's Avariana.
Avariana. I'm sorry. You should definitely not next time. Cause I'm definitely gonna know from now on here on out for sure. And then JW says, is there a film that you consider your favorite film ever? Or do you have multiple ones? Because I never have one favorite of anything. I can never choose one. So do you have like top 3? I guess if that's okay with you, JW, with top 3.
It's so hard to choose. It's so hard. I would say, oh my gosh, in no particular order, really.
Okay.
Spirit Springs. I actually filmed a movie last year, which was so much fun. It's not out yet. It's still in the process of editing. It's called Final Act. That was so fun. And what's the last one? Bitter Souls was a blast too, honestly. I think a common denominator in a lot of them is I filmed Bitter Souls and Final Act in Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania, and that is my most favorite place in the whole wide world. I love Pennsylvania so much. Yeah. So I'm biased towards Pennsylvania.
You travel a lot to film?
Yeah, I have a really, 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 really good family friend up there who also does some producing. Their names are Bob and Marianne. They have a production company called Cannon Fire Productions, and they are some of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I love them so much.
No, I love that you have people that you've worked with several times and that you trust. So I know you filmed in Florida, you filmed in Pennsylvania. I actually worked on a film in Pennsylvania last year. So maybe was it near Allentown?
Oh yeah, Allentown is not too far from where you film. You film in the Scranton, Carbondale area.
Nice. Who knows? Maybe we'll work on the same film one day. I do a lot of camera work and video editing.
I hope so.
And some composing and producing. So who knows? Maybe our multi-talented selves will work on the same film one day. You mentioned Final Act, which you don't have a trailer for yet. As you said, it was just recently filmed. But we have some screenshots from it I will bring up. Is that you or is that somebody else with the guy?
That's me. And in the front there, his name is Cal. He's very talented. In the back looks like Julian.
Okay. And I'm gonna bring this. I think this is another main cast member. Who is that?
That's Vincent.
Vincent. And he
was on Walking Dead. Actually, he's
real. Oh, I think I recognize him. He looks familiar.
Yes, he's amazing.
And this is you with your pink highlights.
That's my face.
That's your face. And then this looks like the antagonist in the film. Or an antagonist, although we you can't say. But are you able to give us any details about the film, a synopsis? Is any of that out? And if not, obviously you can't. So
I can give you an exclusive one straight from my brain.
Really?
So the film is about a group of teens, kids, young adults. Who we have the opportunity to go and explore a haunted theater, which, by the way, a lot of people are saying they're local to Scranton. We actually filmed at the Ritz Theater. Most of Final Act is actually filmed in the Ritz.
Really? Okay.
And if you're from town there, let me know if you know the Ritz. Anyway, sorry. Tangent.
No, and I brought up the comments. I'm glad you responded to them.
So we filmed at the Ritz, and the Ritz actually in real life has a lot of history. I think it was built in the very early 1900s. So people claim that it's haunted. I personally didn't really experience anything there.
Okay.
Another tangent to go on here. Sorry. I had somebody, one of my producers went to the bathroom in the Ritz, like the first bathrooms that are kind of in there. And he thought that he was in there, with another person because he heard, he thought he heard somebody else in the bathroom. So he went in there and, going about bathroom business. And then he quickly realized, like, oh, there's nobody in this bathroom. Like, he saw a shadow under the door and everything, but there was nobody in there. Anyway, that happened on our shoot. And then
it wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first film to have a haunted events going on, haunted incidents, hauntings.
And so our group of young adults go to the Ritz and they're investigating it, and let's just say they find a lot more than just a haunting.
Nice. I actually had a cast and crew on a film called A Savannah Haunting in Georgia that it was actually filmed in a haunted house that belonged to the director who also starred in the movie as one of the ghosts. JW says, yeah, I know the Ritz. Do you know how haunted the Ritz is? And JW says also the ghost of Mr. Comerford.
You might have to refresh me on that. I did do a lot of research on the Ritz before I actually filmed there. So I was looking on YouTube for like the people doing investigations there because I was curious as to what kind of ghosts were actually there. And so we based one of our ghostly characters loosely around a real, ghostly girl that is said to be in the theater.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's nonfiction then. I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
Raven says Ritz is a great theater. Our RHPS cast loves booking shows there. April 11th is next show. Great venue, classic, amazing old theater.
Yes, it is beautiful. It is amazing, and I love it so much.
How long did you work? How long did you end up filming there for the final act?
I'd say about 10 days.
10 days. Okay.
We were there for a minute. We spent like 8 to 10 hours there. So I spent a lot of time in the Ritz. And honestly, I can't really say, and maybe it's because I was busy the whole time, like filming and, being busy. I didn't really have any negative, spiritual energy type of thing. Like, if anything, the Ritz was just really comfortable for me. Like, I had a hard time not falling asleep in the back in the couches.
So maybe you're comfortable around haunted things. Who knows? You'll figure out next time you work in a haunted set.
Hopefully.
JW says the Comerfords were a family that owned the theaters.
Oh, I should do
some research on that. Yeah.
I'd be very curious to see that for sure.
Definitely go back there to try to afterwards see if you could conjure up anything. that could give you an idea for a movie. Joe Rizzi says I'm on the east. Our network head says I'm on the east coast of Florida and half hour north of West Palm Beach. Our network is affiliated with many filmmakers and actors in Orlando and Tampa areas. Looks like you worked with my buddies Big Ed, yes, Steve Gray, and Man Mike McKeever. I meant to bring that up. You were also in The Beast Comes at Midnight, or were you involved in that with Ed? No. But you were in which movie did you do with Ed?
Bitter Souls.
Bitter Souls, yes. I used to speak to Ed and Mike on a once in a while, but I lost my old Instagram. But but they're good guys. Ed's a good guy. I know Ed a little bit more. I know he played opposite you in Bitter Souls, I believe. He was like the main guy.
Mike played the boyfriend or my boyfriend in the film.
Mike, not Ed. I'm sorry, I mixed the two up.
It's okay.
And we're gonna bring up the trailer for that shortly. Raven says, Avariana, it seems like you really enjoy horror. What's your favorite horror movie? And I think she means what's your favorite horror movie to watch. And again, you could do a top 3.
Okay, so surprise, I actually have a favorite. And not a lot of people know it. So if you don't know it, you should give it a watch if it's kind of your genre. It's called Pure. It's on Hulu. It's a very religious horror. It's shot beautifully. The location is amazing. The acting is beautiful. Everything is so well done. The story is amazing. It's my favorite. I know this is kind of a crazy thing to say, but it's my comfort horror movie,
Yeah.
That's what it is for me.
I think all horror fans have their comfort horror movies, but what's the term for it? Guilty pleasure. Because like everybody's gonna judge, but they're gonna love it no matter what everybody else says.
Yeah.
For me, that's the Saw franchise. I was obsessed with that
Oh,
movie.
that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to bring up the final act poster, which is really cool looking.
Yes.
And another thing, you worked on that with Hannah Fearman, who's a friend of
Yes.
mine as well.
Yes.
I just saw her in December, and I'm seeing her in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
met her by chance. I actually went to like a horror sideshow market type of thing.
Mhm.
And her
Yeah,
and my tables.
New Jersey sideshow market, right?
Yes. Yeah, and her and my tables like just completely by chance ended up being put together. So I got the very awesome privilege to, talk to her and give her
She's
my
great.
card and be like, "Hey, do you want to be in my movie?" And she's like, yeah, that sounds like my cup of tea. And so it was history after that. She was in my movie and it was great.
These conventions are great networking events for the actors and the fans, because a lot of actors connected because they're signing at the same convention, and
Yeah.
I've made a lot of friends in the film industry because from going to these conventions for a long time.
Yeah.
Was this from Final Act, or was this is from something else, right? Bitter Souls.
Bitter Souls.
Bitter Souls. So hold on. Let me bring up a couple more comments, and then we'll bring up the trailer. Hold on a second. Ed is one of the writers. I think he's talking about Joe.
Bitter Souls.
Bitter Souls. I gotcha. Okay. Then I don't know. I didn't see the film yet, so I don't know what you mean by that. JW, please confirm. Bill Murray says great poster. Doug, here's Doug again. He says, me and Felissa Rose got to meet Avariana and Tristan at PA HorrorCon last year, and I have my Bitter Souls poster hanging up. Thank you.
Oh,
You met Doug before.
you.
I actually wanted to come to that market event that you were at. I went to one last year, but I didn't get to go to the one you were at. I wanted to meet you, but this is even better to have you on my show. And Ken says you got to start doing HorrorCon soon because you're really getting up there, and you could, by the way, just have to tell you, you can promote your other companies such as Babes Against Bullying at the cons, because Linda Hamilton, I don't know if you know who Linda Hamilton is.
Mm-mm.
Have you ever heard of the Terminator films?
Yeah.
So she's the star of the first two.
Okay.
Now she owns her own animal rescue foundation thing where she raises money for animal rescue, many dogs especially, and she would have just as much exorcist paraphernalia at her table as she would just as much dog and animal rescue stuff at her table as she would exorcist paraphernalia or memorabilia. So you could really promote just about anything you do business wise at these cons. Doesn't just have to be film wise, you know. And you could also sell autograph photos of your modeling, because I know you do a lot of modeling. You also do runway shows, because I know you and I both attend New York Fashion Week, but we have yet to cross paths there yet. I'm actually working on an event there this Saturday. I'm working Drish's Closet.
Nice.
They got me as official photographer for the whole day. I bought a VIP ticket. They wound up hiring me for the whole day. So
congratulations.
Yeah. Let's bring up the trailer for Bitter Souls, and we'll see Mike and Avariana in this trailer. Hold on uno momento. Bitter Souls trailer. Here we go.
The Carbondale Sheriff's Department is asking for the public's help finding a missing teenage girl.
Kendall's been missing since last night. I know those bastards know something.
I feel the darkness around him. We have to help him, and we have to help his friend.
The spell requires that we make an unwavering bond. That your enemies become my enemies. And my enemies become your enemies. Never fought a foe like this before. The master of black magic voodoo. She's as close to hell as you'll ever want to go.
I think there's going to be an Avariana trope just for you, where you love tearing your friends apart in movies.
What can I say?
I just realized what JW meant when he said make the movie. He realized Mike didn't make it, Ed made it. Sorry. That was a brain fart on my end. Yeah, Ed's Mike's a good kid. Let's bring up some photos from this is the poster from the movie, which is one of my favorite posters of the films you've done because it's the lighting and the it's just like a cool poster.
Thank you.
Know? I like the
can't
whole
take credit
voodoo.
for that.
It's fine. I like the whole voodoo priest approach.
Yes.
Oh no, this is a different film, but this is you on the set of Bitter Souls. Yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
Thank
Ederson
you.
says. Ken says on her way to become one of the next Scream Queens. Yes, she is. But she's also gonna hopefully you'll be a final girl as well. Because you could be a Scream Queen final girl, and you could even if you play a villain, you could. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get the image off. Even as a villain, you could be considered a Scream Queen or final girl. So, yeah. Oh, no, you had some wild scenes in what's it called? In Spirit Springs, but I'm sure you have a lot of them too in Bitter Souls. And I have to catch up on your films. Hold on a second. She's got a perfect look for horror. Yes, she does. She does. Like you could slay in makeup with or without makeup. And I'm talking about I was more referring to the horror movie makeup, but yeah. You actually worked with a very good friend of mine I met back in 2018. Robert Kovacs Bronzi.
Yes.
You worked very close with him, and he is an amazing guy. One of my best friends in the industry has actually worked on his film Death Kiss, the Death Wish sequel. I'm going to bring up this poster, and it's an all-star cast. Robert Bronzi, Paul Logan, Daniel Baldwin, Avaryana Rose, and Quentin Rampage Jackson. Yeah. So that's quite a cast. I actually met Stephen last year. Great guy. Very nice guy.
Yes.
And tell us a little about, well, let me bring up the trailer first, and then I want you to talk about working on that film, because you're not just some damsel in distress in that film. You're like a badass again. So like you're never, even when you're the damsel in distress in a film, you're not typically the damsel in distress. It's always a twist on it. So let me bring up the trailer for that film. Caretaker trailer.
I got her.
Yeah, look, keep me updated. Hey, Freddy.
Yeah.
Don't screw this up.
People take these off-season caretaker gigs for two reasons. Maybe the world's turned its back on you. Maybe you turn your back on the world.
My car broke down. Call me tow.
You know, I don't like the way you're looking at me. There is no money. We'll see about that. The guy working here is being difficult.
Then put him down. Seems we have a situation that needs our attention.
These people, they will kill you.
Just follow me.
Draco won't stop, you know. He always gets what he wants.
When does he lunch?
He's just a caretaker.
Oh, darling, he's so much more than that.
I need to find out what she knows.
So you're going to have to talk a little bit about your role in that movie, because you seem like you're complicit with the bad guy, and then it seems you're not, because it looks like you're sort of being held hostage, but you're calm. So you're not being held hostage, but then you're kicking ass, and then you're running, and then you're kicking ass again. So I want you to talk a little bit about that role.
I'm full of secrets, aren't I? So I'll say as much as I can without spoiling it, obviously.
Yes, please. No spoilers.
I was being kidnapped, for sure, by that group of bad-looking men. They were trying to kidnap me. And then Bronzi played the caretaker who is protecting me. It's so hard to tell you without telling you, you know?
Yeah, no, I got that. I know that approach to explaining movies without it's so difficult. I know.
I know. So they're trying to get me for specific reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I always knew that they weren't going to hurt me because I'm special.
Okay.
So I really my character didn't really have a father figure.
Okay.
So my character really kind of latches on to Bronzi because he's protecting me like a father would, and I didn't have really a father. So my character is just like is sticking to him like glue because she feels safe around him and he's protecting her, and it's actually really sweet, like kind of relationship that these characters have together at the end of the movie too. But we're just kicking ass and we're trying to survive.
I invited him to join tonight, but if in case he misses it, I'm gonna send him the link so he could watch anytime.
Yeah.
I sent him the invite. John says she worked with Rampage. He's my favorite UFC fighter ever.
Rampage is very cool in person.
It's always the badasses in the movies with the nicest guys in real life.
Yes, he's so kind and so funny too. Like he just kept everybody laughing the whole time.
That's great. I love that. I love to hear that. There's got to be some energy on the set to get people motivated and joyful when you're doing stressful scenes and takes.
Mm-hmm.
JW says, you've been to Scranton. Did you get Alfredo's pizza like from The Office?
No, I didn't. But there's a caveat there. I did visit the building where they shot The Office. And
really? You watch The Office?
I've watched a couple of episodes. I'm not like a Office like fan or anything, but I do have a lot of respect for the very creative way that it's shot and filmed. I really enjoy that. I do find myself watching a lot of Office like compilations though.
Okay, yes.
So, I'm knowledgeable.
I hear that. I don't really watch Family Guy much, but I love watching the cutaway compilations.
Yes, it's hilarious.
And during the COVID, I fell into reaction videos, which I never would have watched before COVID, but so many people had nothing to do, cooped up in the house all day, and I fell into reaction videos of all things. So.
No, I totally get that. But you know who's also in Scranton who has amazing food? Shameless plug here. His name is Chef Vaughn. He was on, oh my gosh, which one is it? Next Level Chef. It's one of those like cooking TV shows. I'm so sorry if Chef Vaughn sees this. He's amazing. He's the funniest man I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. But he has a restaurant called Chef Vaughn Mom in Scranton. If you're in Scranton, you should go. I'm a very picky eater. I don't like a lot of food.
Same, but I like a lot of food, but I'm picky, yeah.
Yeah, I like a lot of food, but I like my food. Anyway, they have some of the best like buffalo chicken tender fries that I've ever had. Buffalo chicken wings. The burgers are good. I'm not a burger person, but I love the food there, and I have to plug him anywhere I can because he's great. He's amazing. Anyway,
you're like me. I like spicy food since I was a youngin.
Yes, so, it's the best. Whenever I go to Pennsylvania, I eat so much Chef Vaughn Mom that like I can't comprehend how my stomach can handle all of it because
I hear that. It's like there's certain place that if you visit or in that vicinity, you have to go every time you're there, or else it feels like a loss. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. There's a ramen place in New York City that I have to go to almost every time I'm in New York City if I'm hungry for a meal because I just freaking love their ramen and appetizers.
Yeah, it's one of those places you just have to go.
Yeah. 100%. No, I gotta check it out. I'm gonna reach out to you if I'm ever in Scranton to remind me the name, so I can check it out. Ken says, "How does she manage her time with her upcoming projects? 18 of them and promotions." So yes, please tell us, how do you manage your time at 20 years old? And you've been doing this since before you were 20. So please tell us a little bit about that.
Admittedly, probably not very well. I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that I'm I managed it like perfectly, obviously.
You're modest. I respect that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, not as well as I'd like to, but I learn a lot with every year that I do this. I'm very grateful to be able to just say that I can pursue acting almost full time, but yeah, I do my best every day, and I try to manage as best I can.
Yeah. I hear that. Listen, I sometimes have a crazy schedule, and sometimes I don't have. I have a clear schedule, but even when I have a crazy schedule, like even when I'm flexible, I have last minute flexibility. So
Yeah.
like it's like I don't know my schedule, but my schedule can change at any time depending on what I'm doing. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, I want to bring up a few more shots from the Caretaker. This is you distressed. No, this is not the Caretaker. This is Bitter Souls. I'm sorry.
Bitter Souls. This is me
I'm
dead.
sorry. I'm sorry. I mixed up some of the photos. That is my apologies. I gotta go through the photos. Let's see this. This was. Let's just go through some of the photos. But this was from a crazy scene. I'll go back in Spirit Springs, which is where we first saw your capabilities as a demon. I'll just step, and that was the first time I saw you tear somebody apart, and like the makeup job is crazy. It's great.
Yes. She did amazing. I love her so much.
Oh, here's a close-up of the makeup job. And you were like literally glowing in that makeup. So it was almost like the possession was alive. You know, I'm just checking. Oh, Spirit Springs. This was the poster. And
yeah, I was covered in like Vaseline and conditioner, like hair conditioner from head to toe.
There we go. Yeah. And you did the creepy body contortion, which was awesome. That's not, I mean, you do, are you a gymnast, or do you just, are you just used to, did you do any gymnastics when you were younger? Is that why you're so I mean, because in the modeling too, like some of your photo shoots, you're very flexible, like, and in the way you move, like, you know, the way you like did the contortion, not contortion, but like the body movements. You know, that's not an easy thing to do. And you're young, so obviously you don't hurt yourself doing that necessarily. You're less likely to hurt yourself doing that, I guess.
Less likely? Does it still happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
To answer your question, yes, I grew up doing all-star cheerleading for 10 years, which is similar to gymnastics with like the high impact tumbling and the you know, flexible capabilities. But I was the girl who like got tossed in the air and all that fun stuff.
Really?
So I've always been very flexible since I was like 5 years old. So yeah, I come by that naturally because I grew up doing it.
Yeah. John says she seems like a smart girl. That's probably how she does it all. Don't be modest. And Ken says Gabe never sleeps. No, I don't sleep normally. There's a big difference. But I do sleep. I just don't sleep. I never sleep normally. Sorry.
Also, I see Chris's comment. Hi, Chris.
Oh, Chris, did I miss? Oh, yeah, I brought it up earlier. I'm sorry you missed it. Is this a friend of yours?
I think so. If I'm thinking it's the Chris I'm thinking. Hi, Chris.
I'm sure he'll let us know. But I just want to bring up. That's why I want to bring up some shots from. Oh, here we go. Was this from the Caretaker?
Yes.
Yes.
You will see that I'm covered in not only a jacket, probably 2 jackets, honestly, at that point.
It got cold, probably.
And a blanket, because we were filming in Vegas, and it got super warm, or not super warm, but it was warm during the day, and then freezing as soon as the sun would go away.
Vegas is very extreme. It's like New York. You have all 4 seasons in a single day.
Yeah, so I was bundled up in a bunch of layers in between takes, and that's me with my busted lip and dirt on my face.
Is that a real busted lip, or was that makeup?
Oh, no, it's makeup, but it's very, very, very well done makeup.
Yeah, 100%. And then here is you with, this is the Ray. Yeah. You look like you worked out for that. Like you look like muscular in that shot. Like, or you're just looking with the broad shoulders and everything.
Yeah, I didn't really work out for it, but I guess.
And then you're being carried away like a damsel in distress, but you seem fine with it. So no. Yeah. So and I also want to bring up again, I saw when we played the trailer for for the Caretaker, we saw your logo for Babe Entertainment again.
Yes.
So tell us about when you found, like, how you founded that, or how you went from being an actress to somebody who created your own production company.
Yeah, so obviously I started out in acting, but around Spirit Springs is when I first started to kind of dabble in Spirit Springs is like kind of the start of all of it, really. It's the first movie that I was like, you know what? I might as well just do this myself. So I was like, let me just start this production company. But I can't say that I did it all myself because I have a lot of great help behind the scenes. My parents are my biggest supporters, and I know my
It's
mommy
important. It's
is
very
watching this right
important.
now.
Yeah.
My mommy's watching, and probably my dad too. Hi, mom and dad.
Respect to, I just want to take a moment to say respect to your mom and dad for raising such an amazing, talented girl, and you, Avariana's mom. I gotta get it right. Avariana's mom and dad. You did an amazing job. And I'm glad you're proud of her because not all parents are always so supportive and of their kids. So she's very lucky to have you. She's very lucky to have you.
I'm very privileged to say that my parents have always been very supportive of whatever I want to do, like creatively. So I'm very grateful for that. So they have helped me a lot in like the business production side because my dad's very business minded. I still have a lot to learn when it comes to that, but yeah, so they've helped me a lot in the production side of things. But the writing and ideas and stuff, that's mostly me and them too, but mostly me. Like I tried my best to do with the writing. So that's how I got into production. And then from then on, now we've got Spirit Springs, we did Bitter Souls, we had a part in The Caretaker, we have a movie that we just filmed called Badass Bear that we did, and also Final Act. So that's 5. It's crazy, and I hope that we can make that number larger. Oh, we've got one in the works. I don't know if I'm allowed to say about this one yet, but
okay,
one's in the works. It's going to be like a creature feature kind of vibe.
Okay.
In filming in the northern part of Florida, where it's a bunch of pine trees and woods everywhere.
I actually want to ask about Con Queens because that seems like Orange is the New Black, similar a little bit, but like not quite. Could you tell us a little bit about Con Queens, and then I'm gonna bring up the trailer.
Yeah, Con Queens was my first time ever playing a prisoner. Woo! Hopefully not the last, but it was a blast. We actually filmed in this really old historic jail. That was also in Florida, but this jail was so cool. It was super like all the cells and the keys were like original to the old jail. So we were getting locked in the cells and everything, but it was a blast. I had a lot of fun on that set, but it was hot. There was no AC in the jail. And so we were all just sweating our butts off in the middle of the summer, but it was a lot of fun.
I just realized I don't have the trailer for Con Queens. I should have gotten it.
No, it's okay.
No, it's fine. But I did want to play the. Did I miss a trailer, or did I get all the trailers? No, I got all your videos. I believe that you sent me. I do want to quickly promote my friends. One of my co-hosts shows that'll be coming on tomorrow night. Untraining Unscripted with Ryan and Joe. That's Ryan West and Joe Ridgely. Thursdays bi-weekly. At 10 p.m. If you wanted to, anybody wants to can tune in. If you're free, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have a whole network of hosts hosting shows on this network. So I usually have a celebrity guest on. Everybody does sometimes other guests do too. We all do something a little different. Hold on one second. Let me scroll down here. 5 movies produced as a 20-year-old is impressive. I couldn't agree more. John says he knows somebody who worked on Babe Entertainment. Tell us, John, who is it? If you're able to say, I don't know if you're allowed to drop a name. Ken says, are most of your films filmed in the United States, and have you got to travel a bit to film?
Yeah, all of my films have been filmed in either Vegas, PA, or Florida. Maybe I'm missing one in between there, but for the most part, that's where I kind of stick to because I have that amazing family friend in PA who's a wizard, a literal wizard at getting locations because he's lived there his whole life. So he's one of those people that just knows everybody. And so when we filmed in Carbondale, Pennsylvania, like we literally had police blocking off the streets for us. It was crazy. It was amazing.
Yeah. I've had that for a charity I work with the NYPD. So sometimes when we're filming, working with NYPD, they cut off literally an entire highway for us to have a convoy. So it's an exhilarating feeling. I just feel bad for all the traffic we're causing.
Yeah.
Ederson asks, are you writing a new movie right now?
Perhaps.
Okay, we're gonna have to follow you to find out. And Darian says, greetings, always supporting you, Ariana. Avariana. I keep on doing it.
Thank you.
Ken says, I'm in Canada, Hollywood North. We would love to have you up here. Definitely do some cons in the future. I feel like you could be great and you could network and you could make some more connections in the horror film industry like you did with Hannah. And Hannah's great. I'm seeing her at a con in Long Island, New York in 2 weeks. So it would have been cool to have you there. Hold on a second. John says, I love working with her for many years now.
Yes.
You work with John?
John is a very, 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 very crucial part of my team. He is kind of a, what's it called? He's like a jack of all trades. He does a lot of things for me for many years now, and he's great. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to all the people on my team, but him especially. So thank you, John.
I love that. And JW says, congratulations, 5 produced films by 20. Keep working and improving and being a good person.
Thank you. I will do my best.
I love that, JW. That's really good. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I didn't bring up? But I think I brought up everything. But are there any projects or details or events coming up or anything with your productions or company like Babes Against Bullying that's coming up that you want to talk about?
Sure. So I know I very, very briefly touched on the fact that I'm writing something right now, or possibly in the process of writing something. So just stay tuned for that. All my new projects, we're in the process of writing and storyboarding and figuring out who we're going to have on board and all that kind of stuff. But I am so excited, and stay tuned because I will be posting about it as soon as I can.
So people can follow your progress and those updates that you mentioned. Where should they follow you?
On Instagram, that's where I am pretty much the most active. You'll find me there at Avaryana, Avaryana. And I'm on pretty much every social media platform that you can think of under Avaryana or Avaryana Rose. So.
And you believe you have a Facebook page too?
Yeah, I have everything.
Yeah, so she has a Facebook page, JW, Avaryana Rose, same thing with Instagram. And can you also mention your production pages and your Babes Against Bullying page?
Yeah, so my production page on Instagram is called Babe Entertainment TV. Babes Against Bullying is on Instagram. It's babes.against.bullying. I think that's it.
Do you have? Yeah. Hold on. Darian says, I've seen every film and project of hers. I really like her work. She's a very talented girl.
Aw, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Will you be having a website coming soon by any chance?
For Babe Entertainment?
Yes. Or that and or anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually, as we speak, I've been working on getting a professional website for my acting. So it's going to be under that realm. So I guess, I could answer your question. Yeah, I'll have Babe Entertainment TV have something of its own soon too.
Well, I'll definitely post and help promote you when it comes out. Please, when it goes live, please send it my way. You have my information. Just let me know. Yeah. And is there anything else you'd like to say before we sign off?
No, but if you joined from my Instagram, or if you follow me on Instagram and you're commenting all these nice things, thank you. I appreciate it more than you know.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on, Avariana. It was a pleasure meeting you. Pleasure having you on. Pleasure speaking to you. I hope to see you in a lot of big projects soon. And hopefully one day we'll work together on a project. Who knows?
I really hope so. It seems like we're going to cross paths eventually.
Yeah, eventually. We have a lot of mutual friends in the industry. So I'm going to bring us to an end. And everyone, have a great night.
Have a great night. Bye.
Signal bridge to get nothing's halfway on the net. Pushing belt, pop coat, push the same flow. Rap right and joke, untrained, unscripted. Untrained,